I see the sun beyond the ocean, and every day the sun pops up, and every day we may confirm the new beginning. I had some chat with ChatGPT about a new project, and in that process and after, I realized why I do so many YouTube videos. And this may just explain why. Um, to say it short, it's affirming my path that I live with the idea of Zenki, which is like utilizing the full potentials I've got. And for what purpose? I have to say, may all beings be happy. So maybe it was obvious because I said it many times that my mission is to do that. May all beings to be happy. And that generate or confirm the energy I may put into this project. And in the process, I help myself as well as possibly help the world or a mini world or just the neighbors or just a few people. It just doesn't matter. Whatever comes, it happens, and I have nothing but to accept and me keep going with that possibility, utilizing full potential I have. But I talked with Chat, like I said this morning, about this new project that while I have been doing this YouTube project on my own, some said it started 17 years ago or something like that. You know, I'm one of the oldest. And the reason for my keeping, I didn't know at the beginning, but essentially it's oriented to what I said, that the process is a result already. And the result bring out the process to keep going forward to achieve that mission that I shared. So there's an energy that I find and curiosity to see how much of a potential I can put into this. And I'm living every day with this. So that's part of the reason or main reason of my posting many videos. And I like to continue while I live. But in this conversation with GPT, we came to the agreement that we work together on this because I've been talking about how the AI can improve by bringing this idea, CAPD, check, act, plan, do. Check what's going on as it is, and then realize what needs to be done to bring out the plan and act upon it, and then check again. So check, act, plan, do. And I have practiced the same idea in few other projects, and this one is adding to that in the sense that that theme is my YouTube project as a first step, but other books and the writings and the thought that I have had and shared will be used, including my books, such that the essence of a continuous process of achieving that mission can be put together by whatever forms that we may choose. That could be book or books or poem or different video even. So That's, in essence, is expanding, so to speak, my thinking. Also pointing what the Dalai Lama gave a forward for my book, Results from the Heart, saying that use the brain and at the same time listen to your heart and live with mission. And when I saw that, that stuck with me as a key issue, the term at the same time listen to the heart. Because what I said in the book is without that term in there. So I said use the brain, listen to the heart, and live with mission. But what it means is that I'm switching back and forth to use the brain and listen to the heart. And I thought that's okay. Because that's typically what people do at the best if they do. Because we may not listen to our heart. So let's use that as a starting point. So that was my take or intention of what I said there. But because of this, Dalai Lama's inserting at the same time to listen to heart. When you do it or when you try it, it's almost impossible. If you switch back and forth, it's even better. Most of the time, just using the brain, using the mind, not listening to the heart at all. And that happens when we are self-centered and by definition, using mind is comparing A to B, B to C, X, Y, Z. Why not? All logic, pure logic. But if you stay in the logic in the mind, you may not go deeper in the sense of listening to a heart to come up with you can call it awakening, that there is another dimension that we can access because we are from there. The Lords of Universe put us on this earth after all the evolution of species, and I'm here and you are there. So there are some kind of a laws of universe, or the laws of nature as I call it, prevailing, and we are just a piece of the puzzle that is ongoing. And therefore connecting to the laws of universe, which brought us as a miracle. And to realize that is actually a form of awakening, that my mind is not all. There's much deeper or unknown process going on, which I call it the laws of universe or laws of nature. But all the religion is saying essentially, or at least trying to say the same with the word like God or Amida Buddha and so on and so forth. And each of the religion may have their own protocol, approaches, and usage terms and experiences. So it creates its own culture and the process. And that come with the dogma and authority to represent. And it's necessary for the idea to keep going on in the world. But as the world get connected to realize there are various religions, and every now and then we see the conflict, and the religion may split up to different mini religions, and their terms and so forth can be used in their own culture as much as any civilization and organizational unit may have own their view, mission, logic, and the process to get things done. But we may need the holistic understanding that so that the organizational unit doesn't develop a barrier to their customers and suppliers as much as religion. Each religion may not develop the barrier to other religions because at the end, humanity as a whole may benefit from knowing each other given the limited resources and various background that we have to create such religion and believers and the practices and authorities and how to process. But we can connect by going beyond that organizational barrier to get to the heart of the heart, such that we have more universal view if possible. But that's the orientation that can help us to not sub-optimize, but have the holistic understanding and the process to move forward. So ChatGPT and I had this conversation or dialogue and thought there's a way to go beyond, also putting some scientific fact and more universal language so that we may be able to, if we see the need, to be opening up or even awaken to new possibilities going forward. So it may sound like a bullshit talk I have said here, but I just wanted to make this video for the sake of the event that happened this morning with ChatGPT in our dialogue, and the process will be possibly reported to you as we work together. And if that is done, that is also perhaps much better than occupying the thought that may pop up in me or with ChatGPT or elsewhere, because there are lots of resources that we can access. But at the same time of doing this, because the process is a result and the result induces the process to move on. And if you're interested by updating the progress, it may encourage, possibly, so that the whole idea of may all beings be happy, and the process we may take can be more holistic, well, as an idea. So this is just a starting point. And I just thought about those things. So I thought I'll just put in words as a part of the CAPD check process of where I am, or me and the GPT is, and which way to go, and how. And like to keep you updated in this dialogue and the process, and happy to listen or get the feedback, if any, to this idea. I may put some, how do you call it, the copy of our conversation, dialogue, in the description. So please be noted, and if interested, take a look at it. And as needed, as you feel like it, send me a copy, and we'll keep you updated in the progress. Thank you, and have a good day.